What's poppin' YouTube? We're at the OSS store in downtown LA. If you tuned in last week and you didn't see Tech Thursday, that's because we were moving, so we had a brief hiatus. But you know what? This week we're back, and for today's installment of Tech Thursday, we're gonna be going over the difference between two-piece handlebars, bam, and four-piece bars, boom. All right, so for starters, let's go over the two-piece bars. These are the S&M Mike Hoder bars. These have a 9-inch rise, a 30-inch width, an 11-degree back sweep, 1.5 degrees of up sweep, a crossbar height of 6.625, and a crossbar width of 11.35, and they weigh in at 35.9 ounces. So what the hell does all that mean? Let me explain. So Phil's gonna be filming. Big film. See what I did there? Film?
Big film.
So what are the differences? Crossbar height. So that's this box. I like to call it a D for obvious reasons. But you know, it's important that this position isn't too low or else your bar's gonna look goofy. So like I said, S&M positioned it at 6.625 inches of height. So that's like a nice shape. Some bars place them a little taller. You know, it's honestly for aesthetic reasons. So if you're a tall boy and you don't like doing a lot of bar spins, you want to stay at about a 30-inch width. Usually someone's about 6'1", 6'2". That's a good height for 30-inch wide bars. But if you're a little short guy, you probably don't want that. And the reason for that is that your shoulder width actually has to do with your height. So if you expand your wingspan this way, that's your actual body height. And if you have them locked into place where you position your handlebars, you'll see that you'll have some like extra bar on the sides. You don't really want that. So usually someone like 5'8" or 5'9" in my height, I cut about an inch, inch and a half on each side and get them down to about 27 inches for some comfortable bar spins and excess. All right, so as for the four-piece bars, we have the Sabrosa Simon Baracco Noster bars, and these come in at a comfortable 8.7-inch rise, 28-inch width, 10-degree back sweep, 3-degree up sweep, a crossbar height of 6.3 inches, a crossbar width of 10.5 inches, and a weight of 31.5 ounces, making these some of the lighter four-piece bars that I've felt. So the difference between four-piece handlebar and two-piece handlebars is in the name. As you can see, there are 4 pieces of metal. So this bad boy is 2 pieces. This bar is bent into this shape, and this crossbar is welded. 4-piece bars are 2 bars that are bent, and then 2 bars that are straight. In theory, they're a little more rigid or stiff, but they do have 4 points where you can crack them because there are welds. So most people honestly ride 4-piece bars more for aesthetics than for feel, but I have noticed that 4-piece bars do feel a little more stiff than the 2-piece version. As far as measurements go, Simone just preferred to have these come in a 20-inch width so that he doesn't have to cut them. And then as far as like the feel and the crossbar, they do kind of resemble like the dimensions of a 2-piece bar, so you can see that the box isn't very small. Instead of a traditional D, it's like more of like a triangle with the top cut off. Since when does he run upstairs?
Always.
Really?
Yeah.
I never noticed. Oh. Sorry, Tony distraction. So honestly, a lot of it, he's crazy today. Nursing this room. So most people, like I said, do it mainly for aesthetics. If you're a street rider, like Brandon Began, Ben Lewis, Charlie Crumlish, and you really just like that aesthetic of a cool like 4-piece design, 4-piece bars are for you. Everybody else seems to like the 2-piece design. There's no real big difference between like riding the 2-piece or the 4-piece bars. Nothing's gonna really change in your riding, just the look and feel of your bike. The measurements are the important part. Everyone's top walking me there. And again, if you're a little guy, if you're somewhere in like the 5'5" range, you probably don't want bars that are 30 inches wide with a 10-inch rise. You want something that's like closer to this size. These are right underneath 9 inches, and that'll make you feel more comfortable. You can throw bar spins, and you won't feel like you're, you know, ape hanging. If you're a tall guy, you probably want something like 9.5 or closer to 10 so that you can feel nice and upright and you don't have to like crouch over. But basically, that's the difference between 2-piece and 4-piece bars, right? Anything else you can think of? There is no real difference.
You covered everything.
I will say though, keep in mind that a lot of 4-piece bars are going to be slightly heavier. There is more metal. They do have usually a thicker crossbar, and the bar where the stem clamps onto is usually a little thicker as well. So if you're a weight weenie, you probably want to go with 2-piece bars. It's just gonna make more sense for you. And yeah, I mean, that's basically all there is to it, is aesthetics. You know, I've ridden 4-piece bars for a day or two, and they're pretty cool. I didn't really necessarily like the way my bike looked, but it felt just about the same. So it is what it is, guys. I hope this answered most of you guys' questions, and if it didn't, ask Phil, because Phil knows more. Just bother Phil. I don't know why, just do it. But as always, thanks for watching this video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and tune in for tomorrow's video where Brandon Began and I are gonna get into some mischief. So, peace out, guys. Thanks, Phil. Thank you, Phil.
It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it.